Instagram kind of stole TikTok's idea and turned them into Reels. So Reels is relatively new. It came out, what, about 6 months ago?
Yeah, so August, I think they really did a quick pivot. As soon as
Hmm.
TikTok was banned in India, they were like, and at the time, India was the second largest country or population using TikTok, and it was
Hmm.
outright banned, right? So Instagram was like, well, there's a quick way for us to get millions and millions of users back to Instagram. Let's
Hmm.
drop Reels. So they really rushed it out. I think August 2020.
Okay, so tell us about Reels and how it can benefit an entrepreneur on Instagram.
Yeah. So the big thing about Reels is, whether the Instagram community likes it or not, Instagram wants to really encourage Reels, right? So there are many people, I'm still on the fence. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. But there are many people who just don't like Reels on Instagram. But regardless, Instagram wants this format being used largely because of what I said. They see TikTok as, a massive platform. There is like TikTok has mobilized to adding like business opportunities, ads really quickly compared to how long it took Instagram and Facebook in their early stages. So
True.
it's a very huge platform with tons of potential, especially for Gen Z, right? Um, but Instagram sees this potential and they realize that, hey, we have the audience. They love Instagram. If we add this format, people will use it. But there's only one small problem right now with Reels on Instagram, and that's there just isn't enough content, right? The big thing with TikToks, and it might be surprising, right? Because we see Reels all the time. Like they're being like thrown at us
Yeah.
now as modern Instagram users. But the big reason behind TikTok and the organic reach that you can really get on TikTok was that there were more people watching videos than videos to show them. So people would just keep going and they get tons and tons of content and it would really just get pushed out to you. Instagram wants to do that with Reels. They want to have people searching for the format. But right now, it's just all about encouraging the Instagram creators to get away from just images and to start making this video content. So they really want us doing it.
Do you think they're doing a good job at that? Because to get to their Reels, I find it's a little difficult.
I don't think they're there yet, and that's why
Hmm.
I think that's why this was a great one to start in terms of like our trends, right, for this year for 2021. I think because they rushed it out so quickly, they're still missing tons of the features that made TikTok the unique and very appealing platform it was, right?
Hmm.
And you can also make the argument that like TikTok videos are successful only on TikTok because that's what if you log into TikTok, you're only going to be able to get quick short videos. On
Hmm.
Instagram, you have so much more going on, right? You have images and maybe you don't like video at all. You have lives, you have stories. There's so much going on that it's almost like choice paralysis, right? So it'll be difficult for I think it'll be difficult for the Reels community to kind of carve out a niche or a place on Instagram.
Hmm.
Um, but in terms of that, I do think Instagram is doing a pretty good job catching up to all the features that TikTok has. So every month we're getting something new that we can do with Reels. And like you said, they're all pretty much direct copies from TikTok features, but it is interesting to see the platform catching up to where TikTok is.
I also think that it's much easier to share from TikTok than it is from Instagram, which I think helped the virality of TikTok to begin with.
Definitely. I 100% agree. And one of the things, it's not one of the trends I was going to comment on today, but a big thing we do see continuing in 2021 is users just repurposing TikToks and posting them as reels. And
Mhm.
even users still just, you see this quite often, but when someone will post like a tweet on Twitter and they'll just like screenshot their tweet and post it as an Instagram post.
Yeah.
That and repurposed TikTok videos are still going to be a very popular way to share your content. And the cool thing is there's not really any shame about it. People know that TikTok watermark is there in the corners. People see the Twitter handle and it's fine. People are okay with it.
Okay, so that's a sign to say, okay, you can post on TikTok and then just repurpose it to Instagram. That's a-okay for people to do.
Yep. I've even seen it
Awesome.
with LinkedIn and it's working pretty well. It's kind of cool to see it from LinkedIn actually.
Where people post their TikToks?
Sorry, they'll post like a screenshot of their LinkedIn post. So it
Oh,
looks like the Twitter kind of style, but it's like unique with LinkedIn and they'll put it on
yeah.
Instagram. It's kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen that before, but
Mhm.
I'm thinking I'm going to try that too. Because it's easy, especially with like the Twitter when people screenshot it. Easy way to repurpose.
The formatting's there and repurposing is a great way to kind of,
Yeah.
cover your grounds in a very easy way.
Okay, so I have an idea. We're going to be talking about a lot of trends. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely yes, how much on the scale should entrepreneurs be using Reels?
So this is this is probably the most interesting one I'll have to answer for that scale, because with Reels, my big advice is try it, be open towards it, right? Give it a shot. And there are so many different creative things you can do. People are just scratching the surface with Reels and the creative ways to communicate. On TikTok, they're already at that peak creativity, but it is a very different audience. On Reels, I still think people are just discovering it. So I always say try it, but don't feel pressured to have to make Reels, because for some people, it's just not their preferred or most effective communication style, right? I always say, find your best way to communicate on Instagram. Even though Instagram does reward us for using like as many of their features as possible, we do know that, right? They have so many different things. So the more you use, the more the algorithm will push out your content. But the algorithm isn't really the algorithm shouldn't be the only thing you're trying to please. If you're making Reels just for the algorithm, but your audience is like, I didn't follow you for this. I liked your infographics, or I liked your insightful quotes and advice, right? Go back to that. So try it, sample it, see if it's for you, and then do it if you can. But if it's not, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So stick with what's working.
And I think that's really good advice too, is just try it, because it is at its infancy. So if it works for you, you have a better chance of it really working for you. Right?
And you'll be unique, right? Because not many people have aced it yet. Not everybody has Reels down to a T. So you will stand out, which is a big thing for businesses.
Okay, so on the scale, what number would you give it?
All right, let's give it a 10 if you can do it, and if you can pull it off. If you can't, I still say it's like a 6 or 7.
Okay, that's still pretty high. It's a pass.
Try it out.
It's a pass.